Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Maxandjuancast. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing good, brother. My team won. How can you? What'd your team do? Juan? Just tell me. Tell me about it. Talk
Look,
about your pain.
look. It would make it worse, Max, if I was up here every week saying my team is good, up here
You
every
do that
year
every brother.
saying that
You
my
do it
team's
every
going to
week. You
win the
just don't know.
division. You know,
You sent me a picture of a porn star this afternoon called Aiden
hey, man,
O'Connell,
Aiden
and let me tell you
O'Connell.
something, brother. Someone got dicked on that field, brother.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
was some dick going around.
Hey, man, this is fucking sexual assault out there. All right. Welcome to the show, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Welcome to the recap show. Oh my god, I keep on forgetting to change
It's
this.
Change the background,
Hold on, hold
brother.
on, hold on.
You're looking like the Raiders
Hold
out
on.
there.
Let me see. Hey, switch that up a little bit like that. Max can't see it, but I see it. All right. Anyway, where you want to start off, Max? Anywhere. Anywhere that catches your eye. What's your biggest takeaway from week 4 today?
Well, there definitely wasn't like a theme to it. Like last week was like the stupidity of analytics.
Right.
I think we're starting to learn who some teams are. I think Atlanta as a team we learned isn't really all that great. You know, they started off 2-0, two pedestrian weeks, and I get it's London. I get it. I didn't watch much of the game. I'm sorry, I'm not waking up at 6:30 in the morning for any team that's not my own.
Yeah.
Other than that one, these teams continue to show. You just kind of it's like certain teams you get to see who they are. Like the Minnesota Vikings are not a good football team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to clean up the turnover issues the way they've been playing. Like Kirk Cousins, they're driving 99-yard pick six.
Yeah.
Last thing I learned is revenge is a dish best served cold.
You know, for a little bit today, I felt like it was going to be a choke, week 4 of the chokes, because you had Indianapolis coming back and you thought the Rams were going to choke that away. Your Eagles, you know, I thought they were going to get choked by the Washington
We weren't
Foreskins.
like up by a lot. We were down though.
Yeah, yeah. AJ Brown went off, steroid boy. Is it safe to say we call him steroid boy just to piss him off? Because he gets pissed off with the drug
Why?
test. He gets pissed off with the drug test.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't? I think, yeah. I mean, that's hot. I like it. I like it. The Eagles might just be steroid team because they got some big MFers, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's one place we gotta start though. I want to talk about the Miami Buffalo game.
Oh, great place, one. Great place.
Yeah, great place, great place. Look,
Die. I
this
was right. I
yeah,
haven't been wrong. No,
you were
no,
right.
no.
You were right. Buffalo came out. This looked like it was gonna be a big shootout to start it off, but you know what? This was a classic case of big brother smacking up little brother, reminding them who is boss, reminding them who's big brother in the division. It's the Buffalo Bills. They came out, they scored on what, like 8 straight possessions, I believe.
I don't think they. I don't think they punt. Did they punt?
I don't think so, man. They were
So okay. So give me your takeaways from that game, on. Like, just tell me, like, sum up. Give me like 2 things from each side, or one thing one side, whatever. Give me something that you took
Buffalo
away from that game.
Buffalo had more to play for. It felt like Buffalo needed this game more than Miami. That was my first takeaway. They seemed like the more desperate team. And number 2, I'm not all that worried about Miami. The one thing that worries me is the Teron Armstead injury. You know, that's something to look at going forward. But I don't really think I think it said more about the Buffalo Bills than the Miami Dolphins. You know, I think both of us, or not both of us, especially me and the public, overlooked the 70-point fucking massacre last week. And, you know, typically teams that blow out teams the week before, they don't do good the week after. You know, I think teams are like 1-8 after like laying a smackdown like that. So it wasn't that much of a surprise, but I'm not worried about Miami. I don't think like Tua got exposed today. I don't think Miami is some horrible team and they're phonies. Nothing like that. I just think the preseason perspective of the AFC East, Max, is standing strong. It's Buffalo, then it's Miami. I don't think it's anything we thought different after this game.
One, I don't want to say Tua got exposed. Obviously, he didn't play his best game. But this wasn't a case of Miami came out flat. Miami came out. Yeah. I was like, wow, this is going to be, I guess, whatever team has the ball last.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the second quarter, it got away from them. Like, it's kind of gotten away from a couple of teams. Like, so for the Saints, for instance, right? The Saints. The Broncos last week. They were in the game close, second, and then right before the halftime, it was like fumble. That's what Miami did. It was, I think, Raheem Mostert fumbled one.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly who fumbled one. Let me see if I can look it up.
Raheem Mostert. He's the one that fumbled.
Yeah, Tua fumbled once.
Yeah.
Barrios recovered one. So they were being careless with the ball one.
Yeah.
I think if anyone got exposed, it would be Mike McDaniel in the sense of Sean McDermott. I don't know how much of this game you watched. I watched. It was on my laptop next to the Eagles game. There were just plays where, they love to do that, like roll out or Tua turns his back. They had a guy blitzing right off the edge right there, and they just were going to kill him. I was so impressed by the defensive game plan by Buffalo. I was so impressed by how they were able to kind of control the game. Because this to me isn't a case of Miami didn't show up ready to play. They showed up. Buffalo was just at a different gear, offense and defense. They out-hit, they out-hustled, they outperformed, they out-executed Miami in every phase of the game. This game is not on Tua. As much as I like to put him under the ringer because I don't think he's that great, Tua was not the reason Miami lost. Yeah, he had a bad throw, whatever. Josh Allen showed, though, there is a gap between the two, in my opinion, that maybe we should pump the brakes a little bit on the MVP. This is what my thing was, one, and this is something just to watch forward. Because we said this is a test, right, for Tua and the Dolphins. It's you go into hostile Buffalo. You're supposed to be the big bad team. You're supposed to beat the Bills. You're the better team, right? You have the more talent, whatever you want to say. Now, when Buffalo started taking away some of the bullshit, and I call it bullshit, just the scheme of McDaniel, when they took away the scheme of McDaniel, and it was up to Tua to kind of create what's not there, did he rise up to it today? I would say no, he didn't. That's not an indicate that he can't do it. It didn't happen today, and that's what we're waiting for from Tua.
Yeah.
That being said, Juan, you just got it. This game to me is more about tipping your hats to Buffalo than it is for throwing shots and shade at Miami.
Yeah.
I don't really think I've been that throwing shade. I just think Miami didn't come out ready to play. And like I said, Sean McDermott, man, MVP and Josh Allen. Josh Allen was incredible. So was Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. And when Buffalo's hitting on all cylinders like that, Gabe Davis is scoring. I think that's one big indicator that Buffalo is.
I guess the Dolphins' defense wasn't that great. I mean, they were bad.
Well, you know what?
I don't think Jalen Ramsey fixes anything because he was 25 for 21.
Yeah.
21 for 25, 4 touchdowns. They didn't stop him at all.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
And, they didn't have Jalen Phillips. That was another thing to keep an eye on. He didn't play in this game. But I agree with you, Max. I do. And Buffalo has – I'm glad that you said in the beginning of the podcast that, maybe week 4 just really tells okay, we're finally starting to learn the pretenders from the contenders. Everyone in week 3, they still have week 1 in their mind or, the early game in the season. Let's be real. Buffalo didn't look all that good week 1, after that, they have proven hey, we're the Buffalo Bills. We ain't no joke. We're still at the top of the AFC East. Everything is wrinkling itself out. Even the Chargers today, the Chargers 0-2 to start. All of a sudden they're 2-2.
But let's go to that game because I think that's exactly who the fucking Chargers were. One, do you remember my words on the Pick'em show about why I picked the score?
Yeah, because it's always a weird game.
I said, because they can't just blow anybody out. It's got to be tight.
Yeah.
They should have beat you guys 60-0, 60-10.
Yeah.
There's no – I could look up – I want to look this up after this. I want to look up – Kulamak had how many sacks, Juan?
6 sacks.
If I go and pull up the most sacks in a game and we find 6 and 5, how many of those games do you think are fucking close?
Man, I don't think many. Not at that. When I seen him get 6, I was like, he might get 7 because this game is hella close. Like, he needs to get it.
By the way, the protection the Raiders employed once he had 5 or 6 was fucking ridiculous.
It took him long enough. It took him long
enough. It was
enough.
A tight end full up, tried to block him for like 2 seconds, and then let the tackle try to like. I was like, this is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, Derek Thomas had 7 in a game.
What was the score?
Wow, they lost that game 17-16. He had 7 fucking sacks. That's incredible.
Hey, it's the reason why.
Adrian Claiborne, 27-7, had 6. Okay?
I remember that game.
Ozzy Umanura against my Eagles, 16-3. Okay. Derek Thomas had another 6er against the Raiders.
Jeez.
28-8.
Wow. Yeah. Not often.
It was bad, dude. The Chargers should have blown you guys out. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Look, they scored 24 points in the first half. They were up 24-7, I believe. Aiden O'Connell had one good drive. That was it. He fumbled twice in this game. Look, man, I'll go on a rant after, but I want to talk about the Chargers here in the first half. Their defense responded. I think that was the best stretch of defensive football that we have seen off of the Los Angeles Chargers this year. And I mean that fully, with all the injuries involved. As far as the second half goes, though, the Raiders started getting going. The Chargers could not score. And then to top it all off, Herbert throws his first interception of the year, gets hurt on the play. I don't know what happened. We haven't heard yet. Sprained finger, whatever the fuck it is. Something happened with his middle finger, non-throwing hand, and it changed the whole game. It absolutely changed the whole game. Couldn't hand off. Couldn't be under center. Big old handicap. And Herbert, man, I just want to say this. Max, you're in this seat all the fucking time.
Should I start blowing him?
No. Look, this is Max's job usually on the podcast. But
you want to blow him?
I'm going to do it. Anyone who says that this guy is not legit or he's not talented, whatever the fuck that stupid ass scout said a couple weeks ago, you're full of fucking shit. Honestly. The guy is tough as fucking nails. He came back. He threw an absolute dime to Joshua Palmer to win that game.
Did you know that pass was being completed when it was in the air? You were like,
yes.
That looks...
Yeah. I was like this. Look, I was screaming at the TV, Max. I said, fuck it. Let him beat us. Let him throw the fucking rock.
You make it throw. With a busted up finger. There was another play he made, and maybe you can put this in, where a guy tried to sack him. Diablo like slammed into him, and he just like rolled out, and I was like, wow, holy shit. Like, this is unfucking believable, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 touchdowns today rushing. He ran the ball 12 times. He was scrambling. Like, dude, Herbert is willing this team. I think if they were a better team, there'd be obviously MVP talks for him.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson, again, doesn't really ever pop off. Keenan Allen had a quiet day. I mean, they had a quiet day on offense because they were just it was short field after short field for a while.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with the Chargers, right? This is what I'm talking about, where you see who they are. We know from last year they can't protect leads because they can't really run the ball and they don't take care of it, and they're just stupid. 28-point lead against Jacksonville. They got out really front, then they could never dominate the team.
Yeah.
Same thing today.
Yeah.
And Asante Samuel gets a pick. He randomly slides. Hey, game still.
Bailed him out.
That was like, oh, hey, we should have been pick 6, right?
Yeah.
And again, if that's anyone other than a rookie quarterback, it's probably not a pick.
Yeah.
But even him, he picks it. Then instead of just going as far as he can, know the situation.
Yeah.
That type of shit will cost you against a good team if it's not the Raiders.
Yeah.
And really quick, I just want to tip my hat to Max Crosby. That guy plays so fucking hard. That guy.
Besides the play that he got juked the fuck out by Justin Herbert, dirty like.
Can you play that one too, brother?
And then Jerry Tillery said, "I had enough of this shit." The dumbest play.
Can you rant from there? Can you just rant when you saw that?
Okay, look. Look, man, the Raiders
It was
played.
it was a cheap shot. It was so
Oh
stupid.
yeah,
It's just bad.
there's no room for that, bro. Jerry Tillery, you're a fucking idiot. It The Raiders are a fucking mess, bro. Chandler Jones has fucked them. Just leave it up
He's
to the
released,
Raiders
right?
leave it up to the Raiders to pick the guy who goes fucking insane. Antonio Brown, Chandler Jones.
AB.
Leave it up to them to pick that guy. Look, man, I'm sold that the Raiders are trying their absolute best to draft Caleb Williams. They
Oh,
want
they're doing a
Caleb.
bang up job.
Oh my
They're doing a bang
goodness.
up job.
Because the effort on the field, not the effort, excuse me, not the effort. The play calls and the decisions on the field just mind boggle me, bro. Like, honestly, to me, Max, I think you would agree to this. You have a rookie quarterback. Why would you throw him into the wolves like that and be like, all right, bro, your shotgun, empty set, 3-step drop back, you're gonna just throw the ball? What the fuck kind of shit is that? You don't give the kid a run game. You don't establish the run game, first of all. Second of all, no play action boots, nothing to get him going, no little
No, it wasn't like,
gimmies.
oh, let's get him in rhythm. Yeah, I
Nothing,
agree. It
nothing.
was literally just aired out.
And the kid was left to fucking fail,
Oh,
man.
by the way, your right tackle who's like, hey, get sacked six times by the same fucking guy.
God.
Surprise.
Dude, Colton Miller had his worst game as a pro today. Honestly.
Yeah.
Was
Was that the hardest you've ever seen somebody play against their old team, Khalil Mack today?
yeah, this is the
I
second
think that's in
time.
the Hall of Fame for
This is
play hard against your old team.
he did it last year. He did it last year in LA. Same kind of deal. I think he got 3, so he doubled up this time. But look, man, the Raiders.
It just sucks for Raiders to lose at home like that. Like you
Oh,
can't
I
lose
know.
at home.
Our
like
one
that.
home game of the year because our stadium gets taken over now. That's another issue for another day. I want to bring that up at some point in the podcast. But look, the Raiders are not a good team. They're just not a good team, Max. And we kind of knew this going into this. I'm glad that they started O'Connell. I rather go down like this than go down with fucking Brian Hoyer. I'm sorry. I just would. At least you know what you're getting into the kid. And at least the kid is getting reps. And he's getting some hardcore reps right now. Look,
That's for sure.
Aiden O'Connell, with all things considered, I thought he played a decent game. By no means good, but for what he was given, the cards that he was dealt with, I thought he did decent. The pick on the last play, totally his fault. That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel followed Jacoby Myers, dropped off of Devontae Adams. He thought it was man coverage, was going to be a rub route. Total rookie move, okay? Holding on to the ball, not knowing, situation and, all that. That's bad. But with all things considered, I thought he looked confident throwing the ball. He looked fine. Like, I look forward to them playing him more, hopefully, for the future, at least for this year. Okay, that's enough Raider talk. Okay, let's move on to what's
do you
up.
want to stay in the AFC West and talk about the Broncos and Bears?
Let's do it. Let's stay on shit. Let's stay on shit because
Hey, I thought this game was really entertaining though. I was like, wow.
the first like quarter, I was set on not watching this game, and then I seen Justin Fields start like slinging the fucking bomb. Like, oh shit, Justin Fields is having a career fucking day. I gotta watch this.
He did. What did I text you after the game? I said, I feel so bad for him. He didn't deserve to lose this game. He played his ass off, man. He looked so confident out there. He was slinging it. He was bop, 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 making people miss. They should have kicked 3. Denver's not this high-powered offense. And then to go for it on 4th one, you don't keep the ball in the 6'5", runs 4.4 speed guy's hands. It's like we talked about last week with Herbert. This guy's brought you here. Give him the ball and a chance to win the game. Look, people are going to see the pick. That pick was just them at the end of the game. He's trying to make a play. We can live, love, and forget, whatever. For Denver, this is a really good way to stave off catastrophe. Russ played well. He's definitely not the problem. That defense is shot to shit. One more thing on the Bears side one. St. Brown makes such a better impact than Chase Claypool. I'm done with that guy. He is a
Hey,
diva. I hope they trade his sorry ass, and they fucked up by trading for him.
yeah, he's already on his way out. Look, man, the Bears. The Bears are in a tough position. They got the number 1 and number 2 picked as of right now. That's the good news for them. But that was totally uncalled for what happened today. There was a lot of jobs saved in Denver today, including Russell Wilson, including a lot of guys on the defensive staff and, even the players out there. You got to give kudos to Denver. Javonte Williams went down in this game. Didn't matter. Third string running back, looking nice. I can't even remember his name.
Jaleel McLaughlin. I just remember them saying it because Scott Hansen said his name wrong. He was like, I don't know who this is. The ball out, son.
But you know what? All kudos to Denver. That took big balls to get thrashed like that after getting thrashed the week before by 70 fucking points. And you come out flat like that on the road and 24 unanswered points. That's great, bro. That's a great response. They absolutely saved a lot of jobs today in Denver. You got to give them props.
Do you know who Denver plays next week?
Chiefs.
The Jets.
Not bad. If they can win 2 in a row, that can be something.
That is a very nice way to kind of get your shit going.
Yeah. So if they have any chance.
Correct. Let's see how the Bears respond to this, because we kind of thought Matt Eberflus might be on his way out too. I think the Broncos might use this to kind of save the season, and the Bears just continue to just be shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Just as far as Justin Fields goes, though, I thought he looked really comfortable today. I thought this was one of the most comfortable games I have seen him. Definitely one of the best games passing-wise that I've seen from him. And I thought he took the criticism on the chin and was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to let it loose. I'm going to play freely. And I'm going to dominate this game. And I'm going to show people that I can play quarterback. And I truly feel like that for Justin Fields still, man. I don't think this guy got knocked on the head and all of a sudden couldn't play. Did it look bad these last couple weeks? Yes, but I refuse to believe that a guy like him that's so talented and that I believe in so much is so fucking bad at football that he was missing the whole field. To me, that's not him being bad at quarterback. To me, that's bad coaching. To me, that's a guy who's very indecisive and has somebody breathing down his neck and telling him the wrong information. And today he let it loose.
I'm with you on that. They had him playing in not the right way.
Yeah.
And they had him not middling out, not moving. I didn't like the way they were playing.
Yeah.
We can finish off the AFC West one if you want to talk about the Sunday night game, which was surprisingly awesome.
Yeah.
I love seeing Taylor Swift and Mama Kelsey.
Jeez.
But, hey, Zach Wilson, man. Look, I know he hasn't been a great one, but tip your hat to him today. He played his ass off, man.
He wasn't the reason. I tell you that much. So this is the first time that Mahomes has ever got outthrown for yards, touchdowns, quarterback rating, and completion rating. First time.
And it's Zach Wilson, brother.
Yeah, and it's Zach Wilson. First time in his pro career and collegiate career. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And the Chiefs
just
still
like
won.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Just like Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
The Jets, they got gashed on the ground, but Mahomes broke their spirit, and Mahomes was really trying to make this a game. He's like, "Oh, you need another pick? How about another one?"
There were some bullshit calls. There were some bullshit
calls. Holds every play. But I will say this: they need to fix Jawan Taylor's ass up, because he is a just walking penalty waiting to happen.
Yes,
whether it's hold or he can't even line up in the correct position, but.
Yeah.
Look, Jets, man, I know you're 1-3. I just don't want you guys to give up hope. Like, this team is good, man. Like, maybe Zach Wilson, like, hey, he gets his confidence back. Maybe you guys give him a week of not shitting on him. Maybe you could build up the guy. So,
yeah. Look, as far as the Chiefs go, I thought it was impressive today getting the run game going against a Jets team like that.
Really good defense, yeah.
Yeah, Pacheco went off. They were making Marshawn Lynch comparisons. I think we need to pump the brakes on that. Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, Robert Saleh pumped the brakes on that. He's the one that threw that idea out there. But the Chiefs are going to be just fine. Even if the Chiefs started off slow this year, they always wind up playing their best ball at the tail end of the season. Okay, don't worry about them. And on the Jets side, I feel like a lot of it was Minnesota winning today. Honestly, I think if Minnesota would have lost today, it would have raised some eyebrows to try to get Kirk Cousins or, another quarterback like that. And they kind of was
I don't entertain these ideas.
You don't entertain.
I don't support.
Okay, I'm
none
just
of them.
saying.
Nothing works, brother.
If Kirk Cousins went 0-4, I think it's something to look
Carson
at.
Wentz could save this team. Carson Wentz could save this fucking team.
Stop with
brother.
the Carson Wentz. It's not 2016.
He could save this team. He likes green, baby. He's only played good in green. No, I'm with you. I get what you mean one by that. Like Minnesota getting a dub today was big. We can transition to that game unless you have some more for Sunday Night Football.
No, just the Chiefs are fucking good, man. The Chiefs are really good. Let's go to Minnesota. Minnesota and Carolina. Look, I thought Bryce Young played a decent game. He's the one that made the game losing play though. Trip that fumble, whatever at the end that went for a touchdown.
That blitz was cash money.
Yeah,
for the Vikings all day. Harrison Smith had 3 sacks.
Yeah, and
this is where Bryce Young learns you're not that. This isn't the strong safety from Ole Miss who's going to work at Enterprise after.
Yeah.
Like, this is an NFL Hall of Fame type guy. This is NFL players are like that.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, it hasn't looked that great, but I thought he played a good game. I'm with you. He didn't play bad.
Let's tie look, do you have any thoughts on Minnesota? Like, they had to get it done today, right?
They absolutely had to, but this is who they are. They made this a bigger game than it should have been.
Right. And I think this whole Dalvin Cook situation, to me, I think it was stupid on both parties. As far as Dalvin Cook's side going to the Jets, I think that was the wrong move. Maybe because Aaron Rodgers was, wanting a veteran, whatever. But him going to the Jets, wrong decision. And the Vikings letting go of Dalvin Cook. I just think it was a perfect relationship, and we needed that to stay. Because Alexander Madison is not the guy. Okay, not the guy at all.
Yeah, he definitely looks better when there's been a guy who got 20 carries ahead of him, and then you can come in fresh.
Yeah,
that for sure. When I agree with you on that front, but this would have been a catastrophe if Minnesota loses this game, and I don't think there's room to. Like, Carolina needs to get better in 2 regards: 1, protecting Bryce Young, and 2, being able to run the ball. Their offensive line is bad. Ike's bad. Yeah. I hate to say it. I like Ike Ekwonu, but he needs to step his shit up, man. He's been really bad in pass pro.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and tie in these 2 rookie quarterbacks. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the rookie quarterbacks. CJ Stroud, man. This kid is legit. And I wanted to throw in Bryce Young and CJ Stroud kind of at the same time and just say this. As far as it's looking right now, man, Lovie Smith and the Houston Texans have struck gold, because I say Lovie Smith. I know,
black guy, buddy.
Lovie Smith.
Oh, is that, are you giving Lovie the credit?
I'm giving Lovie the credit. I'm getting Lovie the credit for last year, because everyone was crying that the Texans won a fucking meaningless game last year, and it looks like they ended up with the guy in CJ Stroud. This kid is legit, man. Nico Collins went off today, and he beat a damn good, not Pittsburgh Steelers team, but Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Still had TJ Watt, still had Highsmith, had some ballers on that D, and he fucking showed up and showed out, man. 300-yard passing again, like, unbelievable.
You know how many completions he had, one?
I think I had it on the screen. Yeah, 16.
16. That's a lot of yards for 16 completions, guys.
No. You're talking about CJ Stroud?
Yeah.
No, 30. He had 30 max. 30 out of 47.
That's 30 attempts.
On here,
it says right here, it says 16 for 30.
Okay,
on
then
ESPN.
You got the stats wrong then, because you put in the wrong number.
I'm going to check this out right now. Hold on, did I look at the wrong week?
I think you are, because it says 30 for 47 on ours.
Hold on.
But
I'm going to go to NFL.com right now.
Maybe a typo.
Whatever it is, guys, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. This kid is a baller, man. He moves on the pocket. Like every game looks like Georgia. Every game.
Every
And
game,
you look
dude.
at their team one. You like Nico Collins. I like him too. He's not Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Like I hate to be the guy to say it, but they're not the most talented guys, man.
No.
They're
No.
not.
And this is 2 straight weeks now with a win. And
Yeah, 16 for 30. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked that one up.
look, man, the whole thing about CJ Stroud to me, going back in college, is, you know, he had Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, he had Garrett Wilson, he had
And Jigba,
had so much
and
talent,
Goku,
man.
whatever all of them. He had everybody.
All of them. So it was hard to evaluate him, but you know, me and Max loved the Georgia tape. Max brought it up. Like, you watch that Georgia tape, you're like, oh my God, this kid is fucking good. And it seems like we're seeing that every single game. And I'm yet to see a big hiccup from him. And I want to tie in Bryce Young because I don't want to say it's over yet. I don't want to go ahead and crown him and say CJ Stroud, he's the guy, and Bryce Young is the bust. I don't want to call Bryce Young a bust.
Well, we should tie in Anthony Richardson too.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Because
And
they had their choice. Houston could have went, hey, I want Anthony Richardson.
right.
But that kid looks pretty good too. Yeah. I don't think any of them look bad.
No.
So who were the quarterbacks when it was CJ, Bryce,
and Bryce
Richardson? Who was the fourth one?
The fourth one was Will Levis, but he went in the third, I think.
Second round. So that's it, I think. Let me see.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead and make your
Are we
point.
missing another one? I think it was only 3. I believe.
Well, I guess there was a lot of talk of Levis, going high.
Yeah. But all 3 of these guys, as of right now, if I had to redraft, CJ Stroud is number 1. Even though I like what I see from Richardson, but he is just so far along developed as a passer. And we're always talking about what quarterbacks have. You know, you take offensive line into consideration. You take weapons into consideration. Like Max said, we're talking about Nico fucking Collins here. And he's dominating the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a big fucking deal, bro. So kudos to the kid, man. Let's not knock down Bryce Young and act like he's some fucking slouch. But I want to just give CJ Stroud his flowers week in and week out, man, because he is fucking balling. He dominated this game, straight up. With no run game. Like, they can't run the ball that effective.
He could do no wrong. And maybe when that O-line gets healthy, it'll be even scarier. But I love what I've seen out of CJ Stroud. I love what I've seen out of the Texans, man. D'Amico Ryans deserved the job. They have after they kind of railroaded 2 coaches and Lovie Smith, who was the one they had before him. They really didn't give a single chance to.
Steve Wilkes, I think.
No, Steve Wilkes got railroaded too. David Culley.
David Culley, you're right. David Culley.
And they were competitive every game with that dude. This team has been competitive. I don't want to say maybe competitive is the wrong word. They have been feisty. They have not been a team that rolled down and died. There's so much talent coming up for this team with draft picks. They have money to spend. Houston's future is bright. I think Indy's future is bright. They could have been 3-1 today. Anthony Richardson was looking really shaky. Like, this is the game you expect from a rookie quarterback. 11 for 25. 200 yards, right? 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Not what CJ Stroud does, where he's basically running the whole show. Hey, Richardson and the Colts almost came screaming back against the Rams. But Puka, I can't say his name now. Nakua is the best rookie receiver in this draft so far. I hate to say it.
He is putting up ridiculous numbers. He caught the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Stafford, he looked really good, man. He
got banged up at the end, man.
He got banged up.
They can't block.
They can't, but Aaron Donald is reminding people why he's one of the best defenders, if not the best defender in the National Football League. He was wreaking havoc all game. Richardson and the Colts got off to a slow start, but they came storming back. Kenny Moore had a pick. Anthony Richardson got it going on his legs. And it's a bright future. All I can do is be pissed off with the Colts because imagine this team with Jonathan Taylor if he just played. How much, like, he would be so much helpful to the Indianapolis Colts. And it's fucking absolutely frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, Andy Richardson's going to have a lot more games like this where it's really ugly in the beginning and then they kind of piece it together. That's just how that's like just what the way he didn't play quarterback for that long. It's not like CJ Stroud, who's been there 2 years, just airing it out. So again, I tip my hat to the Colts for putting up a fight one. This game was surprisingly one of the best of the afternoon of the morning slate because we had some doozies. We had blowouts by the Ravens, the Titans, the Bucks kind of blew them out. The Texans blew them out. The Patriots.
Yeah.
The Niners. Which blowout do you want to start with, Juan?
Let's go ahead and talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Let's go here because, look, the Bucks won another game. This is why I wanted to pick the Bucks. This is why I had to do a typo or something. I don't know why I sent Max the New Orleans pick, but
he saw Derek Carr. He saw that 4 jersey. He saw that black and gold, baby, not that silver and black.
But everything I thought about going into this game on why I wanted to stay away from the Saints happened. You know, they get Alvin Kamara back. He caught a bunch of passes, but Carr is not the same. This injury is going to be an issue. It really is. And I want to tie both of these together because I think it's the same situation with the Bengals. Burrow today struggled 20 of 30, 165. And the Bengals are probably in a little bit more panic mode than the Saints, obviously. But you have to look at your quarterback at some point and be like, okay, I know he's Joe Burrow. I know he's Derek Carr. I know he's going to be better than our backup, but at some point you have to think to yourself, is it helping us more if he's just sitting? Because the injury
the Bengals definitely have that problem. Like
I think the Saints have that problem too. I don't think
No. Hold on. They don't have $250 million tied up in Derek Carr, and he's 26 years old. Derek Carr is a little bit older, Juan.
Yeah.
You definitely got to be more concerned. Like, I'm sorry, even if it means 4 weeks of hell without Burrow, the cost of doing something damaging to his career is not worth it, Cincy. It's not. Derek Carr, Juan, you know he's a stopgap. He's not the future there. You know that. I know that. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows it. So I agree with your point, but I'm just saying, Cincinnati, you got a lot more tied up in Burrow. You got to be extra careful with him. Hey, they can't fucking block anything. And we talked about, I said, I really want to pick Tennessee. I feel like they just come out there and they just fucking destroy them. And they absolutely did. Derrick Henry was throwing dots, rushing.
Their offense looked like the greatest show on turf. Fucking 3 plays.
Oh my God, dude.
3 plays to score. Like it's not just the Bengals offense this game. Now it's starting to rub off on the defense. You know, this is what happens. This is what happens to bad teams, Max, that have really bad offenses. It happens with the Jets a lot every game. You can ask a Jet fan. It's like that stink wears off on the defense. They get sick and tired of being on the goddamn field all damn game. And they give up ass, bro. Straight up. And that's what happened today to the Bengals. Everything fell apart. Finally, everything fell apart. Down from the coaches, offense, and defense. Everything. Nothing was going for them. And it's time to sit Burrow. They fucked up. They fucked up. He was not ready to start the season. They should have sat him the first 4 weeks. And he should have been coming back week 5. And that's...
Yeah, and he only got sacked 3 times today, Juan. He was under fucking duress. Every drop back, it seemed like. It was unfucking believable how bad they were today. And I mean, you gotta give some blame to Zach Taylor. I know it's been pretty much a great marriage since he got there.
Right.
But for the Bengals, they need to look at themselves in the mirror. And the Saints, hey, it's not even that bad of an injury. It might be 2 weeks. Jameis, I think, is more than capable enough. Let's see. The Saints' schedule is...
I don't think so, Max. Look, I think this is a season-long thing for Carr that
You think it's going to be lingering
It's
like
lingering.
that?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be lingering with this AC joint sprain on his shoulder. That's the information that I know about the injury, because there's a lot of defensive players that have had this, and to me, it's like it sucks to get fucking hit. That's how it sounds like, and Carr's not the most biggest guy in the world, but
Yeah.
totally agree. Like in the Saints situation, like start Jameis, bro, for a couple games. Maybe get him, let him off with some ease a little bit. But panic meter for the Bengals, man, point blank, fucking 10. It's a fucking panic. That cannot happen. They look like shit today. Jamar Chase in the locker room had some pretty outlandish comments, in my opinion. A frustration like, hey, I'm open. I'm always fucking open. That's kind of crazy, dude. What the fuck is going on in Cincy, dude? Who do they play next week, Max?
Bengals, I think they play. Let me see. The Bengals play the Cardinals.
Oh, how
and it's
lucky
not going to
for
be a
them.
walk in the park, by the way.
I
the
know, but
Cardinals.
how
I know-
lucky for them to like.
Correct. Yeah. Like, okay, so Christian McCaffrey's really good at football, in case everyone didn't know.
Yeah.
Look, this was, again, the Cardinals did what they always do. They keep it tight. We're looking forward to next week where Frisco plays Dallas.
Yeah.
And maybe Dallas can finally get some revenge. There's really not much to take away from this game on. San Francisco's good. Let's wait for next week. Brock Purdy was 20 for 21. He's just dealing. And Dallas's defenses, I feel like you can kind of bunch up San Francisco and Dallas and New England. Like both teams kind of went out there and did what they were supposed to do. Maybe you want to talk about the Patriots side of things.
I hate to tell you so with the Patriots, man. I kind of seen this coming. Their defense is impressive, first early weeks of the season, but I feel like everything came down to shit, man, and it's their offense. Like, their offense is terrible. Mac Jones, Ezekiel Elliott is getting way too many carries than he should be. Ramondre Stevenson.
Do you remember like the Patriots when they were good and like how open guys would be?
Yeah, it's not that no more.
It's not there anymore. And like, again, everyone's going to blame Mac. This Dallas team came out there and whooped their ass everywhere. I think their ass gets whooped if Tom Brady's back there today. They were that fucking good. Dallas, maybe it was just a blip on the Cardinals. They came out, they were like, who gives a fuck? It's Arizona. They suck. We'll just come out there. We'll show up. But 38-3 is exactly how you want to see the Cowboys play. And Micah got banged up, but man, Frisco versus Dallas, man.
Look,
that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
It's on a collision course.
Yeah. That one will be a fucking treat to watch, man, because they're looking like the two best teams in the NFC. If you're not, I know, I was gonna say it. Look, I was gonna say it. Two of the best teams in the NFC. If you don't know about them Eagles, baby, all right, let's talk about them Eagles. They barely squeaked by in OT.
It was a squeak.
It was a squeak, man. AJ Brown went off 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look, man, this is multiple weeks now of the Eagles, quote unquote, struggling at times, whether it's on the offensive end or defensive end. Honestly,
the corners are a problem.
Corners are bad. Look, Max, honestly, I just think we do this a lot in sports where we overanalyze. I think the Eagles are just fucking fine. I think they had a tough opponent with the Washington Commanders. New England's defense is pretty good. Like, all these opponents, they have some like flair to them, but at the end of the day, they handle business. They still show dominance, whether it's in the run game, whether it's AJ Brown or defensive line. The Eagles are just fucking fine. I think it's just a dose of overanalyzing the Eagles.
Yeah. And I knew this would be a tough game on it. First of all, division opponent. Their D-line is amazing themselves. Their O-line is feisty and tough. The Eagles the Eagles coverage is still leaving me with a bad taste in my mouth. I want to see it cleaned up. I want to see us do a little more exotic stuff. Josh Jobe is not good. We could definitely need a Vontae Maddox replacement. I don't know if we have to go out and trade for it. I don't know if that's Eli Ricks. I don't know. But yeah, I think it is a bit of a case of overanalyzing. Like, there's really not a huge weakness to this team. You could nitpick and say the coverage, but I was proud of our effort today. It was a tough game. Sam Howell looked good again, man. He made some plays, and they were coming after him. There's a lot of pressure. Yeah. Nicholas Morrow won 3 sacks, 41. Just had to bring him back, buddy. That's how you develop.
Nicholas. Look, man, one thing to point out on the Eagles, you guys have to understand, new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of speed bumps here and there. They're not going to hit the ball rolling like last year. Part of it last year was cupcake schedule. Let's be honest. There was some easy games for the Eagles last year, but today with AJ Brown, they showed it. They always show it with their defensive line, and they always show it with their offensive line. Like, they always dominate those two sides of the football, and that's the most important, and that's what makes the Eagles good, man. And I'm not going to be worried. They're still one of the best teams in the NFC, next to the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers. But to me, if I had to pick a king right now that looks really fucking good, it's the Niners. Honestly, they're at the top, man. I keep on saying it. As long as they're fucking healthy, they are a fucking issue, dude. They handle business.
They have been the most impressive team, but they too have been playing kind of some cheek opponents, as the kids would say.
Yeah. It's gonna be really, really exciting to see them against a good Dallas defense next week, at least. Mm-hmm. I think there's one more game to talk about. Let's talk about Baltimore and Cleveland. We got hit. Kind of
DTR.
That was just off guard, man. With Deshaun Watson, everyone thought he was gonna play. He even said himself that he was gonna play. DTR winds up getting the nod to start 30 minutes before the game. It seemed like Cleveland's defense
90 minutes, right?
Yeah, Cleveland's defense is still good. I still believe in them. I think they got a little shell shocked with the rookie quarterback today. Lamar played good, but I don't trust the Ravens. I think they're a little bit too Lamar centric still. Give Cleveland some time with Deshaun Watson. I think I pick Cleveland 9 times out of 10 still. I think Deshaun was a big factor.
It's not fair to criticize DTR, man. First game, Baltimore's tough. Yeah. They couldn't do much. They had no chance, really. And I feel bad for DTR. Cleveland protected their quarterback. I hope the Bengals can do that too. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Facts. All right. Anything else on these games?
Not really these games. Want to have some NBA news if you want to talk about it? You down?
Yeah. Let's talk some NBA, man. So JRUE Holiday
traded quick.
Traded pretty quick, man. Max called it. The whole world called it. Look, me personally, I still believe this. I thought it would have been a cool team with JRUE Holiday on the Portland Trailblazers. I know they got Scoot. I know they got a couple other young guards, but I thought he would have been a good little addition for the Blazers, but they're not moving towards that direction. They're more going towards the rebuild with the young guys, let them play as much as possible. We're not going to go for the middle, and they wind up trading them to the Boston Celtics, who got an absolute steal. I would have did this deal every day of the week, 365.
Yeah, I kind of hate it.
You kind of hate it for the Celtics?
I hate that they got it.
It was easy.
It was a great move. Yeah. I make that move 100 times. If we called them and the Lakers and they were like, "Yo, we want Vanderbilt, we want Vanderbilt, we want Bamba and 4 picks," be like, "Here you go, we'll take JRUE Holiday." Look, Boston now has JRUE, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. Look, they definitely lose some big depth, what they don't have, and they don't have a true point guard. But man, they got a stopper now. They got a true stopper, and if he can play third fiddle on offense, that'll be really good for him. I think it's a great fit. I just worry about who's going to play point guard for Boston.
Yeah. JRUE Holiday's not the best playmaking point guard in the world. I think.
Yeah, not really a true point guard too. He's like a combo guard.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say this about Milwaukee. This can be kind of interesting, man, if they wind up meeting in the playoffs and he has something to say about that Damian Lillard situation and can really give Dame some problems. Like, that's a play hard against your old team moment waiting to happen.
That exactly. That's what I was like, damn, I'm sure Milwaukee's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in Boston.
Yeah, like Portland kind of just did like a fuck you. Like, we're sending him to an East team because you knew he was going to go to one of the contenders in the East. It was just a matter of time. I don't think anyone in the West was really in play for him. It was East or bust.
No, I don't think the Lakers had this good of a package to offer. And you know what? They're probably going to flip Brogdon. So maybe the Lakers can steal Brogdon for the cheap. I don't know.
Yeah. But Celtics
I would think they're going to move Time Lord or Ayton. I don't really see the Twin Towers coming back to the NBA like it used to be.
Yeah, they can get something for Robert Williams. They definitely can. Let's see what.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, let's see what Portland looks like if they keep Time Lord and DeAndre, both of them. But NBA is in full swing almost, man. It's right around the corner. We're gonna do an over/under pod. Do you want to do that again?
I'm down.
I'm down to do that.
I don't really want to talk about anything else in the NBA because crybabies. I mean, what I said? I said out loud?
Yeah, you said that out loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hate when I do that.
Oh man, but I think that's gonna do it, man. Any thoughts about NFL, NBA, anything else, Max?
No, I'm pretty much tapped out. Monday's game should be kind of lame. So. You know what? MLB playoffs, bro. You gonna watch anything?
Hey, I'll watch the
Texas
Dodgers.
Rangers, my team.
Dodgers are in the playoffs.
For the Rangers.
Rooting for the Rangers.
Shit.
Who's the best Rangers team player?
It's definitely Corey Seager. He's the best hitter. Their best pitcher is Jacob deGrom. He got hurt, and Scherzer got hurt. So the Rangers, they had the chance today to clinch the division, but the fucking Astros won their game and the Rangers lost. And I don't know if you noticed, MLB used to do a game 163 where you could like play, and they got rid of it, and they just do like the tiebreakers and shit now. So the Rays are playing the Rangers. The Rays were like the best team, and then Baltimore, the Orioles are the number one seed in the AL.
Wow.
They had the best record, so they get a bye.
Wow. So they went worst to first, right? Because they were pretty bad before.
Yeah, they were on the come up. I think they were worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the Yankees, the Mets, and the Red Sox did not make the postseason, and they had the three highest payrolls.
Three players to watch in the MLB playoffs. Tell me.
Wow, I was not prepared for this. I'll try to give you three from each league.
Okay.
The AL, I would say watch out for Randy Arozarena, Adley Rutschman from the Orioles. He's a catcher. Damn, man, you got me like on the fucking spot right now. I'm trying to think who else is in
Testing your baseball knowledge, bro.
Maybe Bo Bichette. I don't know. The Blue Jays. I don't think they can really do that hot. From the NL, so Ronald Acuna. There's this thing in baseball called the 40-40. Do you know what the 40-40 club is? You got a guess?
No.
40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. Only been done by 4 players. He hit 40 home runs and stole 70 bases.
Wow.
So he has his own club.
Acuna, so he plays for the Braves, right?
The Braves, yeah. He's super talented. He tore his ACL like 3 years ago, and he was kind of like, I guess he was kind of like getting better, and he wasn't like doing so hot. He wasn't at full strength, and he's the MVP of the NL. Yeah, he was amazing. Mookie Betts, of course.
Man,
he had an amazing year.
So who?
And then one more name from the NL to watch. Damn, man, I'm really thinking. Maybe Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's really good. I don't know if you know who Bryce Harper is.
Yeah, of course. He's a big name. Who's he play for now?
The Phillies.
Didn't he play for
the Nationals?
He used to play for the Nationals.
Can you tell me the 2 teams that went to the World Series last year? You have any clue?
Yeah, the Astros and the Braves, right?
Phillies.
Oh, Phillies. What was the Astros, right?
The Astros, yeah. Astros one of those cheating. Yeah. Those cheating lame asses.
Who's the 2 teams in the World Series? Give it to me. Dodgers? You know a lot of Dodger fans watching us.
Yeah, I think it's Dodgers and Braves. I'm gonna go Dodgers for sure. I got to ride with the hometown team. I would love to say the Rangers, but no, they don't have the pitching. The Rangers have more blown saves than they do have saves.
Are they like
They
just a
suck.
fun team to watch for, like coming into the playoffs?
Oh, they just got no like they're really hurt, which sucks. They have no like bullpen, but they got like bats for days. They have so many good hitters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the Dodgers, and I'm gonna say the Orioles. Fuck it. I think the Orioles are really good.
Damn. Dodgers and Warriors. Let's see if the Dodgers can get it done, man, for LA. All right.
I'd like to see that.
That's enough baseball talk. So we got you all three, man. Football, baseball, basketball talk. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We appreciate all the love and support that we get from the channel, man. Until next time, we'll see you guys maybe Thursday morning. Wednesday night,
Thursday,
Thursday
whatever.
morning, whatever. Whenever the podcast comes out, we see y'all. Peace.